Tom Hanks agreed to star in Forrest Gump right after reading the script. He waived his acting fee, but in return, he made one condition, a condition that added much deeper meaning to the film. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then this video is definitely for you. I found out what hidden historical references are tucked away in the movie, and I'll also share some behind-the-scenes facts. So if you're still watching, give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Enjoy!
Let's start with the moment when Forrest is asked to speak at an anti-war rally. Everyone who's seen the film remembers that his mic gets cut off, and all we hear is, "That's all I have to say about that." But what Forrest actually said was, when people go to Vietnam, they come home to their mamas without legs. Sometimes they don't come home at all. That's a bad thing. This powerful speech was left out of the final cut. What many people don't know is that the film was based on a novel by Winston Groom. But in the book, Forrest is portrayed as a soulless cynic. Even the famous quote, "Life is like a box of chocolates," originally went, "Being an idiot ain't no box of chocolates." Feel the difference? There's actually a sequel to the book that was written after the movie came out, and in it, Forrest meets actor Tom Hanks. Hanks, by the way, refused to return for a movie sequel, saying that a follow-up would ruin the original. During the running scenes across America, Hanks was occasionally replaced by his brother, Jim, who worked as his body double.
And remember the ping pong scenes? If you thought Hanks was a ping pong god, well, not exactly. The ball was actually added in with CGI to make sure it always hit the paddle. Also, when Forrest was being trained to play, they told him never take your eyes off the ball. That's why in every shot where he's playing, he doesn't blink. But in all the photos taken during those scenes, he's always pictured with his eyes closed. As I mentioned earlier, Hanks agreed to take no salary for the role in exchange for a cut of the film's profits. That decision earned him around $40 million. The iconic line, "My name is Forrest, Forrest Gump," was actually improvised by Hanks on set. The director loved it so much, he kept it in the film. Here's a fun little detail you might have missed. At the beginning of every scene where Forrest appears older, he's always wearing a blue checkered shirt. Now let me ask, have you ever seen a man named Sammy Lee Davis? If you've watched Forrest Gump, then the answer is yes. He was awarded the Medal of Honor in 1968 for his service in Vietnam. That moment was captured on film, and in the movie, they didn't reshoot the medal scene. Instead, they simply used CGI to place Hanks's head over Davis's body. To make Lieutenant Dan's missing legs look realistic, the actor wore green screen covers on his lower legs, which were digitally erased in post-production. However, eagle-eyed viewers noticed that in some shots, Dan appears to lean on legs he supposedly doesn't have. Hanks agreed to do the movie right after reading the script, but only if the film included historical references. I can't talk about all of them here, because YouTube sometimes blocks videos that mention topics like BLM and similar issues. But I can share a few. For example, Forrest's run across the country is a nod to Luis Pedro Figueroa, who ran from New Jersey to San Francisco in 1982 to raise awareness for cancer research. "I just put one foot in front of the other," he said when asked how he kept going.
And did you realize Forrest accidentally caused President Nixon's resignation? When he's trying to sleep at the Watergate Hotel, he calls security to complain about people using flashlights in a nearby room. We later learned that Nixon resigned, and in real life, that room housed the Democratic HQ where Nixon's men were caught planting bugs, thanks to a vigilant security guard. In the film, that guard was Forrest. Toward the end of the movie, Jenny tells Forrest she's sick with a mysterious virus that doctors can't identify. At that exact time in real life, scientists were first writing about AIDS in medical journals, making Jenny's diagnosis sadly clear. Interestingly, Warner Brothers originally turned down the rights to Forrest Gump. They thought the quirky character had already been done in Rain Man, and that audiences wouldn't find anything new. Instead, they bought the rights to Executive Decision and missed out on Gump. Today, Forrest Gump is preserved in the Library of Congress as a film of great cultural, historical, and aesthetic value. The movie came out in 1994, a golden year for Hollywood. That same year gave us Pulp Fiction, The Shawshank Redemption, and The Lion King, all topping the charts alongside Gump as some of the greatest films of all time.
That's all from me today. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. It really helps support the work I do. And hit the bell icon, because YouTube doesn't always notify you when a new video drops. Thanks for watching. See you next time.